Hi everyone, so welcome to another academic video. I am a university lecturer here in the UK, and last week I got to meet my new personal tutees. And as part of the conversation we were chatting about the Freshers' Fair and what clubs and societies they were going to join, and it got me thinking a little bit, as academics, so as lecturers or professors or teaching fellows, there can be a lot of committees that we're either asked to join or that we think we should join. So in this video, I thought I would just share my experiences and how many committees as academics should we be expected or wanting to join. When I started back at a university as an academic, so when I jumped back from industry into academia, there were, in those first few months and years, definitely invites to join different committees and groups. And I think looking at it now, I'm probably a little bit wiser about which are the committees that I should join and which are the groups and committees that are useful for me to contribute and to be a member of. So we can roughly divide these university committees into two groups. There's going to be the meetings and the groups and the committees that happen inside our universities. That could be inside your department or inside your faculty or your university. And then we've got the groups and committees that happen externally to our university, and they tend to be maybe your subject ones, so whichever area you're researching in, or maybe your professional groups that you need to belong to. And I think it depends on what role you hold in the department. So I'm a lecturer, but I am also the physics admissions tutor. And that means that I belong, by default, to certain committees. So I go to the management committee for the physics department. I am part of our diversity and inclusivity committee, and I run a recruitment and outreach committee. So just by being admissions tutor, that puts me onto 3 groups already. And that's totally fine. That is things that I need to do in order to do my admissions job, hopefully well. But then on top of that, you might start to get invited to other committees and other groups. And I think it's quite important that we personally try, I guess, to balance the committees that we belong to within the department and the running of the departments and those that we are members of because of our research. And I guess it's kind of, well, I think it's important to try to balance how many committees I'm on for the running of the department and my university, and then how many I actually also need to belong to in order to, I guess, further my research in my particular subject area. And by that I mean committees can just pop up. So over the last few years, I've been on the organising committee for a couple of conferences. And that is something I've definitely wanted to do because it's really good for my research visibility. It means that I can help organise and see how these large conferences are set up and run. I can be part of that process. So I can be part of the process where we, send out abstracts for review, put the sessions together. That is a really useful committee to be part of, but it does take up a fair amount of time. And I think it's one of those things that can be hidden in our academic time. So quite often we think about our teaching, well, I think about my teaching, I think about my research activities and looking after my PhD students, I think about admissions job, my role as an admissions tutor, but actually there's also these committees and groups that I need to have regular membership of. And some committees are really light touch and you go to the meeting, you attend, you put your input in, and there's no real action on you. And other committees you go to, you might find yourself walking away with quite a long action list of things to do that are being placed on your shoulders. So you might find that 1 hour committee meeting actually turns into a 1 hour meeting plus 2 to 3 hours of actions where you're chasing up people and you're trying to get jobs cleared that the committee have requested. So I've got no words of wisdom on this. I don't have the magic answer of how many we should all belong to. I just think that as a new academic, so when we are new to a department, when we join a new university, it's worthwhile monitoring at least how many of these committees and groups you say yes to. And then maybe in a year, 18 months' time, you reevaluate the situation and go, okay, so I'm now a member of all these different committees and meetings and groups. Is that still the right balance for me and my career? And obviously, there are some committees that you can't get out of. So sometimes your head of department will ask you to be part of something, or your dean will be, and saying no is just not an option, and you need to belong to that committee. Other times you might be asked to join a committee, and actually you can pause and go, oh, is this the right one for me to belong to? Am I going to be adding significantly to this meeting? Maybe they can delegate it in a different way. And that's where saying no in a nice way can be so important. I think I did a video ages ago about how to say no in an academic setting. If I can find it, I'll put a link to it in the section below. But yeah, a little bit of a ramble this week. I guess my point is, as we start this new semester and as your colleagues kindly invite you to join in with groups and committees and meetings, and as your subject area invites you to take part in things with their different organisations and conferences, just be cautious and mindful of how many committee tickets we accept to be part of. Let me know in the comments, do you have an upper limit of how many committees you'll belong to? Do you have a strategy for deciding which are the ones that you want to be part of? Yeah, let me know. I'd love to know how the academics tackle it. Maybe you're in industry and you've got lots of committees in industry and you're trying to juggle which are the right ones to be part of. Leave me a note. Have an awesome week. Our semester is now starting, so I will be teaching tomorrow and then teaching for the rest of the week as we go through the rest of the semester. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the new intake and seeing some of our students come back again, obviously for their later years. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun week. But look after yourselves, stay committee savvy, and I'll see you next week. Bye.